The scene starts, and we see a lady named Michelle Weaver. She checks her reflection in the mirror before heading to the hotel where she is employed. Upon meeting her supervisor, Reginald, she boasts about having the highest customer satisfaction among the staff. However, Reginald appears distracted, gazing out the window. Michelle shares an amusing anecdote about a customer seeking to buy half a head of lettuce, emphasizing her effective handling of the situation. Eventually, she asserts her worthiness for a promotion, prompting Reginald to inform her that the position is hers and the extra push wasn't needed. He hands her a new name tag and she expresses gratitude, emphasizing the significance of the promotion. In return, Reginald remarks that she has chosen the right path in life. Curious about Reginald's plans for retirement, Michelle inquires, and he playfully suggests becoming a CEO or a rock star. Exiting the office, Michelle is greeted by applause from some staff members in the hallway. She encounters Bobby, a bellboy, who acknowledges learning from her and extends congratulations on her promotion. Michelle then notices a guest, Desmond and his wife, expressing dissatisfaction to the front desk clerk, Jeffrey. Michelle intervenes, introduces herself, and addresses the guest's concern about missing a window in their room. Taking swift action, she upgrades them to a penthouse suite and offers a complimentary drink coupon. The Desmonds express satisfaction, and Michelle, on her way to break, privately informs Jeffrey that his attitude was noticed during the interaction. During her break, Michelle calls her husband, Carl, informing him that she'll be home late because she's determined to give her work full dedication. After ending the call, Michelle experiences a sudden pain in her chest. Simultaneously, everyone in the restaurant fixates on the window, and some of them mechanically venture outside. The pain intensifies for Michelle, prompting her to step outdoors and discover that people have collectively halted, fixating on the sky. A massive red sphere hovers overhead, accompanied by a resonating trumpeting noise. Strangely, only Michelle and the birds seem attuned to the sound, while the rest of the onlookers remain in a passive trance, captivated by the enigmatic sphere. A woman approaches Michelle and asks if the downtime is 10 seconds before joining the collective trance, fixating on the hovering sphere. The entire surroundings freeze, with everyone caught in the same entranced state. Disturbed, Michelle makes a hasty exit, rushing home where she observes that every person she encounters is similarly suspended in this eerie stillness. No one responds to her except for a police officer, who cryptically mentions that it's world maintenance and had been scheduled previously. Advising Michelle to simply wake up, the officer then succumbs to the trance, leaving her perplexed in a world temporarily halted by a mysterious force. Upon reaching home, Michelle calls out to Carl, who emerges from the bathroom, relieved to find him unharmed. She tells him about the strange encounter with the sphere. In an unexpected turn, Carl starts speaking with an Irish accent and explains that it's the downtime signal. Perplexed by his sudden change in speech, Michelle learns from Carl that the downtime had been scheduled for a while, but he had forgotten about it. The peculiar circumstances surrounding the sphere and Carl's altered demeanor add to the mystery that Michelle is grappling with. Carl, now identifying himself as Danny, informs Michelle that he's about to wake up. Confused, Michelle questions the meaning behind his words, and it becomes apparent that she has forgotten her true identity. As Michelle recounts details of their life together, Danny suggests that she might want to initiate the process of waking herself up. Disturbed by this revelation, he exits the scene, promising to contact them for assistance. Despite Michelle's pleas for him not to leave, Danny gazes at the hovering sphere and succumbs to the trance, mirroring the passive state of others caught in the mysterious phenomenon. Michelle is left in a state of confusion and desperation as her reality unravels. Michelle retreats into her house and secures the door. After a brief time, two young men enter, inspecting the surroundings. Michelle, terrified, takes a knife from the kitchen and demands to know their identity. The men claim to be from customer service, asserting that they've heard about her predicament and need to diagnose the issue. It becomes evident that Michelle is unaware of her true identity. Sensing the tension, one of the men suggests that the knife should be removed, and to Michelle's surprise, the weapon vanishes from reality. The duo proceeds to play a video on Michelle's TV, presumably unveiling more about her forgotten reality. On the TV screen, the two men play a promotional video featuring a spokeswoman named Kelly Fox. Kelly warmly welcomes Michelle to the Sleepaway package, touted as the latest in identity tourism. In the video, Kelly elucidates that Sleepaway offers an alternate reality experience, utilizing subsonic technology connected to earbuds that link sleepers' brains to a computer which hosts these identities and worlds. Metaverse much, huh? Once engaged, users can create a customized avatar or opt for a randomly assigned one. The sole requirement is to remain in character throughout the experience. This allows individuals to immerse themselves in a different life and identity, living out a fantasy or a dream job that they always wanted. And when their character goes to sleep, it signals the sleeper to wake up and return to their own lives in the real world. The video provides a revealing glimpse into the purpose and mechanics of the intriguing Sleepaway program. As the transmission glitches and fades, Michelle grapples with the realization that she is a character played by someone else. One of the customer service men discloses that she is, in fact, S. Phineas Lowell, a man. Her entire life was meticulously crafted and customized by Phineas, shaped by his decisions and preferences. Confused about her lack of memory and why she isn't remembering her real life and the memories of Phineas, Michelle learns that Phineas synced up to Sleepaway at his home and experienced a heart attack during the experience, which caused the world glitch and started a maintenance cycle. The pain she felt earlier in the coffee shop was a manifestation of Phineas's heart attack, which plunged him into a coma. Currently, Phineas is still synced up and under monitoring, leaving uncertainty about the extent to which Phineas's consciousness resides within Michelle. The revelation raises profound questions about the nature of her existence and the intertwining of their identities. The man reiterates that they must proceed with a forced unsync from the Sleepaway reality end, prompting Michelle to question the safety implications for both her and Phineas. Overwhelmed with panic, she asks for clarification on the consequences for her, emphasizing that they are currently addressing her, not Phineas, a point underscored when one of them addresses her as Sir. Michelle asserts that she's fine and speculates whether everything will revert to normal after the downtime concludes. While one of the representatives communicates with someone about Michelle's reluctance to unsync, Phineas's wife Ellen enters and addresses Michelle as Phineas. The customer service reps inform Ellen that Michelle doesn't recall the emergency contact designated by Phineas. Ellen then explains their marital relationship between her and Phineas to Michelle and expresses frustration to the customer support reps, insisting that nobody understands how the service works. She emphasizes that no harm has come to Phineas yet and requests a private conversation with Michelle. As they stroll, a voice announces that world maintenance will conclude in 20 minutes. Michelle declares her intention to stay put until the downtime concludes. Ellen expresses understanding, remarking on Phineas's choice to become Michelle due to her perceived strength and bravery. They find a spot to sit, and Ellen shares anecdotes about her and Phineas, recounting their initial meeting and Phineas's romantic proposal in a park similar to where they're seated. Michelle playfully dismisses it as sounding corny, and Ellen joins in with laughter. The conversation takes a more serious turn as Ellen informs Michelle that if she doesn't unsync, Phineas will be gone forever after the downtime, losing his mind forever, and will never be able to wake up. Michelle expresses a profound sense of familiarity with Ellen, and Ellen, in turn, conveys the struggle Phineas is experiencing in trying to reconnect to the real world. When Michelle insists that Phineas is an insider, Ellen challenges her certainty and reveals they've been married for 15 years with 2 children eagerly awaiting Phineas's return. The complexity of the situation adds emotional depth to their discussion. Upon hearing this, Michelle grapples with the possibility that she might be Phineas and decides to make an attempt to bring him back. They gaze at the sphere together, but when Ellen's avatar slips into a trance, Michelle is unable to follow through. Frustrated, she admits her failure and walks away. Meanwhile, customer service representatives scour the virtual reality for Michelle, unaware that she's disguising herself among the tranced avatars. Seizing the opportunity, Michelle returns to the hotel as the VR undergoes changes during maintenance. Finding the hotel empty, she takes a room key and hides in the penthouse suite where she had previously relocated the Desmonds. The couple remains entranced by the window, and Michelle pushes Clyde to the floor. Lying on the bed, Michelle contemplates her situation. A tapping pigeon catches her attention, prompting her to investigate. The bird emits an alert and flies away, signaling the arrival of the customer service reps rushing into the hotel below. With the voice announcing that world maintenance is ending in 5 minutes, the reps split up in the lobby, intensifying their search for Michelle. The countdown adds urgency to the unfolding events in the virtual realm. As Michelle approaches an elevator, she hears it arriving and opts for the stairs instead. Making her way to the roof, an escalated customer representative named Tom appears. He offers apologies for the inconvenience during the downtime, explaining that they are all working to resolve the unforeseen error. Tom admits uncertainty about what happened with Phineas and reveals that when the downtime concludes, millions of people worldwide will log in. Tom proposes that Phineas can stay in the virtual reality, continuing as Michelle, but they require him to sign a waiver absolving the company of any liability. Skeptical, Michelle realizes that their motive is to rid themselves of Phineas and protect their company from a social media storm. She then asserts her decision to wake up, stating that she cannot remain in a world she knows isn't real, and neither is she. Tom urges her to forget about Phineas and drops a startling revelation. Phineas took his own life before syncing up, presumably by taking some pills and inducing the heart attack, and he states that Phineas passed away 45 minutes ago. If Michelle logs out now, there will be nothing to return to. Now, this took me a while to understand. Why wouldn't they just let her log out? And then it dawned on me that they really need that signature to protect themselves from public outrage, and the only person who can sign this is Michelle, since Phineas isn't capable of giving that consent. The revelation adds a layer of complexity to Michelle's dilemma, raising profound questions about the nature of reality and identity in the virtual realm. During this time, Michelle senses the presence of Phineas, allowing a part of him to always be alive in this world, if she chooses not to log out. A futuristic digital heaven. Tom presents her with an enticing offer. If she remains in the virtual reality, she can run the hotel, as long as she adheres to her assigned character. Michelle signs the waiver, and Tom expresses gratitude and departs, leaving Michelle with the choice of whether to log out by the end of the downtime. As the countdown to the end of downtime approaches, Michelle contemplates the purpose of continuing in a virtual world. Tom reappears briefly, leaving Michelle with unanswered questions about the consequences of her choices. The sphere dissipates, avatars resume their activities, and Michelle resumes her role at the hotel. In a final scene, Ellen checks into the hotel for a few weeks, and a smiling Michelle warmly greets her. The ambiguity of Michelle's future in the virtual realm lingers, leaving the story with an open-ended conclusion. And that's all for today, guys. See you next time.